What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. As you heard in the intro video with the Les Paul, we're talking wonderful audio technologies ranges. This thing is a overdrive pedal, distortion pedal, all in one, and it's something that was not really on my radar until Ralph reached out to me and was like, "Hey man, do you want to check this out?" And I said yes, because I love his fuzzlands, and man, no bullshit here. This is going immediately on my board because it is so versatile. And I'll say up front, not only does it sound great with the Les Paul, with the Josh Williams, with my Strat, it sounds great with every pickup permutation, P90s, single coils, humbuckers, whatever, semi-hollow, hollow, solid body, blah. But man, I am extremely pumped about this because not only is it a great live tool, I can see how this could be an extremely useful studio tool. So I cannot get a bad sound out of it. So what we have here, so we basically, it's a 6-knob layout and you got some external dip switches. So we've got volume, presence, gain, and then we've got a 3-band EQ. So we've got bass, middle, and treble. And what's great about this is it kind of already feels like an amp. And after I plugged into it the first time, I got stoked super quick, and I messaged Ralph and I was like, dude, what's in this? Because whatever it is, I think I'm that kind of an overdrive guy. And it's an op amp, and which I was talking to another friend and they were like, oh, that's kind of like a rat. And I don't know anything about rats. I don't know if rats are op amp, but if they are, this does not feel like a rat. The thing that I like most about this pedal is that there is this pillowy attack to the front of each note that I really like. And it doesn't get shrilly. It stays nice and wide, but it has this very kind of like soft but poignant attack, if that makes sense. So just, for reference, here's the 2-rock, and we're going into the 2-rock Bloomfield Drive in a 112 cabinet. It's closed back cabinet, so breaking up a little bit. I've got the first channel, the gain like probably around like 1 o'clock, and it doesn't break up crazy, but still, it's got a little hair on it. So let's just start with the gain almost all the way down, and then I'll just bring it up so you can hear it. And I'll say this, plenty of gain on tap. I've never, with the tones that I really have liked so far out of this, I've never gone past like 10 o'clock. So you can imagine how much more gain is on tap. It's just a killer tool. All right, I'm gonna bump that up to about 10, which is where I usually like it. I think it's around here. Cool. Presence. Here's the presence knob. I generally like presence knobs probably down around that, like, I don't know. For me right now, it's kind of matched right where the gain is. It's right around 10 o'clock. Because it has this, like, high end that brings in air, but, like, I kind of lean into, like, darker tones. Especially on the Strat, for sure. All right, so here is, there's a bright switch. We can do that real quick. All right, cool. And then there's a voice switch here too. That voice switch, again, that feels like it's bringing a little presence. It's bringing a little bit of air into the room, which is great. You can see I already have the treble pretty high, surprisingly. But it's very usable. All right, let's do the mid knob all the way down. Sounds friggin' awesome. It's a very usable EQ. If you want, there's a little bass bump. And then there's a tighten switch here. Holy crap. All right. Let's go over to the Les Paul. All right. So I know you heard the Les Paul in the beginning playing over that funky track, but something that I have been really enjoying is playing slide with the ranges. It's just the way that it cuts is just glorious. This is just so fun. It just doesn't get ice picky at all. It's so hard sometimes with some overdrive pedals where you get these like high-end artifacts that happen like behind the note. So there's like this weird frequency kind of rub in a way, but what I find about playing humbuckers and playing single coils, as you heard, it's so musical. It just has so much life. Now, granted, the Les Paul is a mid-range machine, but it is so fun to just do something like this. As pedestrian as my dad blues licks are, there's something that it just gives you back this beautiful bloomy note that is way more inspiring to play through. Because sometimes when I play through some overdrive pedals that come across my desk, they're great and all, but do they really make me play something I didn't think I had in my back pocket? Not all the time, if I'm honest. But this thing, I can say there's a handful of pedals. Actually, I won't do that because I don't want to single anybody out. But the range is just a glorious, glorious tool, and I cannot wait. Like the next gig, this thing is gonna get overused probably, but I can see how using this and then using like the Nauticlon or the Keeley Manus together as like a boost to thicken things up is gonna be friggin' outrageous tone. So anyway, I don't need to play anymore. I don't think. I think you guys get the point. But man, what an amazing pedal, Ralph. Dude, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep building this stuff, and I think that the range is for anybody, any genre. I mean, you know, this thing, can it chug? Let's try to chug real quick. Yeah, dude. you can do anything with this. Funk, blues, soul, you know, metal, whatever you want to do, man. Just go get you one. They're awesome. All right, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll see you next time.